Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. And unfortunately, today we have a tragic tale, a story that ends in the death of a newborn baby, and some of the challenges and fears that crew members face on board cruise ships. You see, just a few days ago on May the 19th in Italy, a crew member and two of her cabin mates, well, they were arrested for involuntary manslaughter due to the death of a newborn child. A female Filipino crew member working on board Silver Seas cruise line Silver Whisper, she became pregnant, but out of fear of losing her job, of being sent home, not being able to make money, she instead hid the pregnancy. The only other crew members that knew about her pregnancy was her two cabin mates. They helped her to hide it, they helped her to conceal it, and when it came time for delivery, they helped her deliver the baby in her crew cabin on board the ship. So she never reported it to medical, never got any type of help, any type of assistance. And they say it's all because she feared about losing her job, because cruise ships simply do not have the facilities on board to handle any kind of childbirth. Even as passengers, once you reach a certain amount of weeks, 25, 26 weeks in a pregnancy, you are no longer allowed to cruise simply because the cruise ships cannot handle that type of medical situation. So out of concern of being sent home and no longer having her job, she hid the pregnancy, delivered the baby in her crew cabin. After the baby was born, rumors begin to spread around the ship because they can hear a baby crying, or what they believe to be a baby crying, in the crew cabin. But a few days later, what authorities believe to be dehydration and starvation, unfortunately and tragically, the baby did pass away, which forced her to confess to the pregnancy, confess to the birth, and then at that point seek help with the situation. Cruise ship officials immediately notified local authorities. They came on board the ship. They went down and searched her cabin. They found the baby wrapped up in a sheet, deceased, laying on her bed, while the mother appeared to be in just shock. They estimate the baby was about 2 days old at the time of death, and there were no outward signs of injury, not like the child had been hit, abused, hurt. However, there was definitely signs of neglect, definitely signs of starvation. And we all know crew members, they work long hours, they work long shifts, 8, 10, 12 hours a day. This baby was left in the cabin, left unattended. Nobody was there watching and taking care of this new baby. The mother was taken to a local hospital. She was checked out and then moved over to one of the prisons there in Florence, Italy, along with the two other cabin mates. All have been charged with involuntary manslaughter. So this is a very tragic event. An event that could have been avoided. The baby didn't have to die. She could have reported it. She could have gone home. She could have sought help earlier and not been in a situation now where she has the death of a child. She has felony charges against her for involuntary manslaughter. But at the same time, it does kind of show some of the challenges that crew members face, some of the fears that crew members have. They have these jobs because they need these jobs. It pays for their families back home. It's the money they need to live. And people shouldn't honestly have to live in fear over having the birth of a child and thinking that if they do, they're going to lose their job and no longer be able to take care of themselves. And that's going to be our video for today. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there is having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.